Okay, so today we'll be talking about why your circle shrinks when you start to find yourself. Not because you lost everyone, it's because you finally found yourself. So, there comes a season in life that almost everybody misunderstands, right? Your phone becomes quieter, the invitations become fewer, the conversations become shorter, and for a moment, you wonder if you've been forgotten. But what if nothing is going on? What if nothing's actually wrong? What if the universe is simply removing every relationship that required you to perform, so you can finally remember who you are without the audience? Not every empty room is loneliness. Some rooms are sacred because silence has a way of revealing truths that applause never could. There comes a point where small talk no longer feeds your soul, where pretending to belong becomes more exhausting than standing alone, where protecting peace becomes more valuable than protecting your image. People will call it isolation, but they only see the outside. They cannot feel what is happening within, because while your world appears to be getting smaller, your consciousness is becoming infinitely larger. You are no longer collecting people, you start to collect yourself, and truth has never needed a crowd. This is why your circle begins to change. Not because you've become cold, not because you stopped caring, but because your soul has stopped negotiating with what no longer resonates. Some people leave because they only knew the version of you that needed their approval. Others disappear because they cannot recognize the person you're becoming. Let them. Not every departure is a loss. Some departures are the universe making space for relationships that no longer require your mask. The deepest connections are never built through constant noise. They are built through authenticity. And authenticity can only be born after the performance ends. So if your life feels quieter than it once did, do not mistake that silence for emptiness. A forest is not empty because no one is speaking. It is alive in ways noise could never understand it. So the same is true for you, because the most profound transformation rarely begins surrounded by applauses. It begins the moment you become so comfortable with your own presence. That is when you no longer need anybody else's permission to feel complete. And that is the day solitude stops feeling like an ending and becomes the place where your real life finally begins. Every soul eventually reaches a moment where the mask becomes heavier than the truth. When you finally set it down, don't mistake the silence for loneliness. It is the sound of your real life beginning, because the universe can only introduce to you what is truly meant for you once you stop pretending what you're not.